Good morning, boys and girls. Today we will get started with lesson 9.5. We're working on subtracting and we're working on using regrouping to subtract. We'll get started with the solve and share. I'll read it. I want you to think about it and have a piece of paper next to you, ready to solve. Last year, there were 347 houses for sale in Mill County and 289 houses for sale in Hunter County. Of the houses for sale in both counties, 162 were sold. How many houses were not sold? Solve this problem two different ways. Okay, I'm going to read it again. And I want you to think about, what do we know? What do we need to find out? Last year, there were 347 houses for sale in Mill County and 289 houses for sale in Hunter County. Of the houses for sale in both counties, 162 were sold. How many houses were not sold? Solve this problem two different ways. So, does anyone notice anything about this problem? What do we know? Hopefully you said, we know that there are 347 houses for sale in Mill County. We know that. We also know there was 289 houses for sale in Hunter County. Of the houses for sale in both counties, we know that 162 were sold. What do we need to find out? We need to find out how many houses were not sold. All right, so hopefully you're noticing something in this problem. In order to find out how many houses were not sold, we have to do something first. There is something in there called the hidden question. You guys should be very familiar with this, with the hidden question. So before we can figure out how many houses were not sold, we have to do something else first. So I want you to think about that. And on your paper next to you, I want you to start solving. All right, what I'm going to do right now, boys and girls, is I am going to move on and show you a way that how I would solve this problem, or one strategy, and you guys may be solving it in using other strategies. So if you're not finished solving, which you actually shouldn't be finished, you can hit pause and then play it when you are finished. All right, so boys and girls, what we have to do first is that hidden question. We first have to find out how many houses were for sale altogether first. Okay, so what do we have to do? What operation do we have to use to find out how many houses were sold? How many houses were for sale altogether? Hopefully you said the operation we have to use is addition. What am I adding? What numbers am I adding? Hopefully you said we have to add 347 plus 289. Okay, again, you can add this problem any way that you choose. 636. So altogether, there's 636 houses that were for sale. Now I'm going to go back to my problem. Okay, what do I need to find out? So I'm going to reread it. Last year, 347 houses for sale in Mill County, 289 for sale in Hunter. Of the houses for sale in both counties, 162 were sold. How many houses were not sold? That not really is important. Okay, so if there's 636 houses altogether and 162 were sold, how do I find out how many were not sold? Hopefully you said that we subtract. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into our Braining Camp and I'm going to use the base 10 blocks to subtract. All right, so I built my number 636. Okay, you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundredths. I have 3 tens, okay, and I have 6 ones. So I am subtracting. So I built my first number, so that was 636. Now I'm going to subtract 162. Okay, so watch as I subtract. So if I have 636, I'm going to just actually just write that over here. Okay, and so I'm going to look at my hundredths and I'm going to subtract 600 minus 100. So what do I have to do? Oh my goodness. Take away 100. How many hundreds are left? 1, 2, 3, count them up, 4, 5. Okay. Now I'm going to subtract my tens. So here I'm subtracting 6 tens. Uh-oh, I only have 3 tens. What am I going to do? I can't subtract 6 tens because I don't have 6. I only have 3. So what do I have to do? Hopefully you're thinking, talking about it. Hopefully you said what I have to do is I have to regroup. So I have to borrow from my hundredths place. So I have to borrow 100. So here's what I'm going to do. This 100 right here, I'm going to borrow. Okay, now from that 100, I need tens, right? So that I can subtract my tens. So how many tens are in 100? Hopefully you said 10, right? So I need to add. I know I don't have so much space over here, right? But I need to turn this 100 into 10 tens. And you know what? Instead of using the blocks, I'm actually going to just write a line so that I have more room. Okay, so 1, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now I turned my 100 into 10 tens. So now how many tens do I have? And remember, since I borrowed this 100, right, I have to take that away because it's not there anymore. So now how many tens do I have? Let's see, I have 10 plus 3 is 13. So now what I have to do, I have to subtract. Go back to my problem, 162. I have to subtract 6 tens. Can I subtract 6 tens now? Okay, hopefully you said yes. So I'm going to subtract 6 tens. I'm just going to cross them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many tens are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I would have my answer in the tens place would be the 7. And I'm going to erase this 5. I put a 5 for my hundreds. We don't have 500s because I had to borrow. How many hundreds do we have? We have 4. Okay, so if I'm subtracting 162, I subtracted my hundreds, my tens. Now I need to go to my ones. So let's see. Here's my 636 number. I have 6 ones and I'm subtracting 2. Can I do that? Or do I need to regroup again? Hopefully you said I can do that. So here's my 6 ones. Cross out 2. How many are left? Whoop, 4. So 474 houses were not sold. Okay, and I would, if I have room, write that in a sentence so I know what this 474 stands for. Remember to always label your answers. So I would write something like houses. Again, I'm really sorry. This is messy. I miss my active board in the classroom. That's nice and big. All right. So anyway, if you notice, the strategy that I used to solve this problem was I used base 10 blocks and worked on subtracting using my base 10 blocks. Okay, so today what you're working on, you will be seeing these base 10 blocks in your visual learning. And what you can do is you can log on to this website, brainingcamp.com, remember, and sign in and use them to help you subtract. Okay, so we're working on subtraction with regrouping. All right, so we had to regroup. We had to take away our hundreds and turn it into 10 tens in order to subtract. And that's what regrouping is. Okay, which actually shouldn't be too new for you guys because I know that you have done it last year. So after this, you're going to go to the visual learning and then the practice buddy. Have a great day. Bye.